And then there was a Twitter beef. Gravel tweeted back at him, "You should be more concerned with the drivers that are getting injured in your series than anything."
Live.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then Kyle got back. Well, I hope. Oh no, Kyle. I think Kyle started it. Something like, "We were just negotiating his contract for next year," and David said something back to him about
Better be good.
Contract. Yeah, contract better be good. Meanwhile, you need to worry about the drivers that are getting injured in your series.
All right, we're live on YouTube as well.
We are live on
YouTube.
Yeah,
All right.
so
We got
All right.
15 seconds there, Cody. Quiet
On
on
it.
set, everybody.
I'll put the link at the bottom towards Horsepower Hump Day if you want it.
Copy.
If not, no biggie.
Bueno.
All right. 5, 4, 3.
I just feel like when I'm tested, I'm going to give you a little more. And when you doubt me, I'm going to give you a little more.
The goal was to be in the top 10 for all three cars, but my engineer and I yesterday were talking, I was like, the top 10.
I was just messing around, had these long handlebars, and I won just kind of playing around. And they're like, "Well, you got to do it again," So the next 3 years I won like that, and it became a thing. And I was like, "Man, I got to grow this thing out every time I go to Epic."
Are you ready to try again?
Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious. Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, if you could tell by that intro, it's going to be a hell of a show, Freak Nation. Denny Hamlin will be here. Matt Hagan will be here. Pato O'Ward will be here. Yes, all freaking winners here in the Freak Nation. And then some. There's a beef going on with high limit racing on dirt involving a superstar NASCAR Cup Series driver we hope to get to sometime in this hour. We also hope to update you on the latest from Sean Reed, NHRA top fuel pilot. Horrible accident in qualifying Saturday in the Northwest Nationals. We'll give you an update on Sean sometime in the show when we get an update. We'll even talk to Matt Hagan about that coming up in the interview with Matt Hagan. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We're there for you on Facebook, and, of course, on the big fat YouTube page, Freak Nation Official SpeedFreaks. And if you miss us tonight, be sure to catch us on Racer Network, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Cole Cusimano hanging out in the ghetto outside of Dover International Speedway, my friend. Looks like you're in a high-dollar crapper, my friend.
Yeah, you know what? I don't got a snazzy background like you guys do, but you know what I do got?
Yep.
Miles the Monster, baby. Coming home with me, right to the studio.
Oh, boy.
But, yeah, it's been incredible out here in Dover. It's been extremely humid. One of the worst weekends I've experienced in that regard. But this track, this facility, the staff, top-notch. I'm in love with this facility. Miles the Monster lived up to my expectations and then some. And I thought it was a good race. I know people over in the studio did not, but I liked it a lot. It was a good race.
Have we put a moratorium on commenting about races if you're at the race? Because you see the race from a different perspective,
And
right?
yes, that is so true.
That's fair.
Right.
Very fair.
And hardly ever. I can't think of a time that any of us have come away from a racetrack and not enjoyed that experience.
Yeah.
So, yes, when you're at a race, it is way different than what the product is that you see on TV.
I'm not going to say that Cole's to shut his freaking mouth about it. I'm just saying that his opinion may differ a bit from our opinion of that race. I'm not saying either way, Freak Nation. I'm going to leave you hanging on my opinion on Dover International Speedway Sunday afternoon race with Denny Hamlin again, your race series winner. We've got a number of comments from Denny Hamlin following the press conference. And Cole Cusimano, walk me through this, because as we thought that this lawsuit between NASCAR and 2311 and Front Row Motorsports, we were a bit ambivalent. Not ambivalent. We're a bit up in the air on whether this thing would have legs. And come to find out that Front Row, 2311, they are not chartered teams anymore. They've got to race their way in to run a NASCAR Cup Series race. You being there with boots on the ground, buddy, was the press hammering these guys initially? Because I'll say this, Denny Hamlin with a slight little jab to NASCAR in the post-race press conference this afternoon that we'll play coming up here in a moment, but that is it. You guys there in the press room didn't ask squat about Denny Hamlin and this lawsuit, but you think there had to be some sort of a moratorium going on?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like people, obviously, that was the first things they wanted to ask Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, and I mean, justifiably so. No one said anything really. Tyler Reddick opened up his press conference saying he's not going to say anything on it. I didn't see Bubba Wallace at one point at all in the media scrum this weekend, and then Denny gave the most, I guess, to work with for the media. All he said was, "I'm not going to mention anything about what's going on. Just show up on December 1st, which is the court date, and all will be revealed then." So he left us with a little tease, which I found to be, very fun and entertaining in typical Denny Hamlin fashion. But other than that, there was really nothing to really write home about from that sense.
So, Freak Nation, again, we've got Denny Hamlin joining us here shortly from the post-race press conference. And I want to do this. I want to jump ahead. We have these sound bites from Denny labeled as 1, 2, 3, and 4. But since we're on this topic, I want to go to soundbite number 4, where Denny Hamlin was asked about winning Indianapolis next week. Again, the infamous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And he talks about what a tough climb it will be to win that race. But at the tail end of this soundbite from Denny Hamlin, I want you to hear what he says, what he maybe hopes, or if something happens during the week. And then he points off camera as if to point to the press room person at the dais working for NASCAR that, again, goes to, what's the freaking name I'm looking for? What is it, Crasher?
The press room director?
Whatever the hell. They say, oh, okay, Skipjack, here, you can ask any question. Denny looks
the moderator.
Moderator. Bam! Jesus.
NASCAR comes.
Wouldn't know I had
NASCAR comes moderator.
8 freaking years of college, man. Never graduated. Oh. At the very end, see if you pick up what we're putting down here when Denny Hamlin kind of cracks on NASCAR about this lawsuit. Again, starts off talking about winning Indy, and then it falls into kind of a subliminal jab at NASCAR.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, we're going to have to qualify well. There's just so many things that's going to have to go really well for us to win that race. It's not like, any other conventional track where you got speed, you're just going to go through the pack. It's just not that type of racetrack. But the history of it is unlike any other. I mean, even when you're driving it, you feel like you're at a historic racetrack. So highly, highly, highly motivated. All I can hope is that something happens this week that derails everything, and then I'll do better.
All right, Denny, thanks for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Maybe it'll come from them. I've been on them the whole victory lane. I was all over them, so be nice to them.
Right?
Okay, NASCAR. Richie's shaking his head. What are you shaking your head for?
It's like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Hope something derails them this week. Denny, maybe you know what all that is. I think all that is just him saying, "Hey, everybody, tune into my podcast this week."
Yes,
that's all that is. It's just it's Denny Hamlin being provocative. That's all that is. So don't expect anything from NASCAR this week, other than they're likely to announce the San Diego layout.
Right,
coming
Wednesday.
up this week. Yes,
true.
Yes.
That look, that smile from Hamlin.
I know.
You guys are too young to know this. The Snidely Whiplash freaking smile that he has there. The Cheshire
grin.
Cheshire grin. Hoping something drops this week prior to Indianapolis. I think Richie's the guy that said, well, I don't want to go there. We don't need to dig that freaking rabbit hole. But again.
No, I'm the one that always is the S-starter of this show.
Right.
So I would love to start something here, but there ain't nothing there. As far as everything we've read and seen, I love me some facts, Kenny. I love me some facts. And all the facts are moving toward, we're not going to get anything else on this until December.
And actually, Denny said that himself on Friday.
Yeah.
Wait till December 1st. So what could possibly change this week? That's a very good point.
I wish we could go back to that grin that he has there at the end.
That is very meme-worthy.
Just him poking the bear.
Yeah.
And it's I said this on X also. There's nothing better than Denny Hamlin winning press conferences. Like, he's so blunt, he's so fun, and those who don't like him have never watched one of his press conferences because he's just so great for the sport. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you slid in your X comment that you hope he doesn't retire anytime soon. I'm like, don't throw that out there. All these lawsuits. I'm like, are you throwing that in because maybe if he doesn't get his charter back that he's going to ixnay out of the sport?
Oh, no, I just want to see more Denny Hamlin winning press conferences. That's it.
Okay.
But isn't this just setting up, and again, we talked about this last year. Oh, my gosh.
I know.
The way this is setting up after we find out that Denny and Michael Jordan and Front Row Motorsports, they've got to qualify to get in the race. And what does Denny do?
Wins the MFR.
Classic, man.
Against his
Typical
teammate.
Denny fashion.
Yeah. It's just, if you're not following this Freak Nation and hoping for the clash of the, would you say this is Davey and Goliath or this is Clash of the Titans?
Ooh, Clash of the Titans.
Titans, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I wouldn't say NASCAR is necessarily
I
Goliath.
mean, I would say, I think, Clash of Titans is good enough because it's Michael Jordan, the biggest
Right.
name in the history of sports.
Right.
The history of all sports. Michael Jordan is the biggest name in the history of all sports versus the France family. So, yeah. Hell yeah.
If you're not familiar with this, man, just punch in 2311 Front Row Motorsports and NASCAR and Google or my freaking best friend, girlfriend, ChatGPT will give you every freaking bit you need to know.
You are going to leave me for ChatGPT, aren't you?
Freak Nation coming up, more from Denny Hamlin. Matt Hagan will be in here. Pato O'Ward, your IndyCar Series winner from Toronto, will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Chicago, later. San Diego, hello. More Freaks next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared tempers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast or go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars. We talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. Check out a line of products. Keep your 2 wheels, your 4 wheels, your Sunday afternoon speedboat, fat and happy out there on the water. Yeah, go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com. And Freak Nation, if you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live, you can go back to that 4 shot there, Cody. You, in some of our spot breaks, you will see a Lucas Oil commercial that features women.
Oh, yay.
And the voice behind that national spot is yours truly, Crash.
Yay.
Yep.
Power to women, girl power.
Yeah, man.
Yes, it was WNBA All-Star Weekend, and I thought Indianapolis, as a city, Indianapolis is such a great place to host conventions, to host sporting events, because everything is confined to just a couple of blocks where everybody can walk around and enjoy themselves. And if the weather gets bad, you've got tunnels and bridges that are covered that you can go through. It's just a great city for events, period. And I thought they really pulled off another great one with the WNBA All-Star Weekend. And yeah, I'm pretty happy to be a part of a powerful women in sports, actually women in lifestyle commercial, a spot that's going to air for, I think, the next year. And yeah, empowering women. Thank you, Lucas Oil.
Badass. Congratulations.
That's amazing.
Yep. So, watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live, stick around for those spots. We know you do when you're listening to us on the Freak Radio Network and podcast, but when it comes to TV, video, bam. Listen to Crash talk about being a badass woman, thanks to our friends at Lucas Oil. All right, Denny Hamlin, post-race press conference. And as Cole said, and Cole, let's go back to Cole here just a second, Cody. I'm like you, man. These post-race press conferences can suck hind boob, and you got to sit there for 20, 25 minutes listening to bull, just spewing just stuff that you don't give a damn about. But Denny Hamlin sitting up there, you just don't know what's going to come out of his freaking pie hole, right?
Yeah, he's just so blunt. And it's funny because my dad texted me and my brother, they were like, oh, Denny won, that sucks. I'm like, no, I don't really care. It's awesome. It's funny, like thinking where I was back then to now, but it's cool to see him win, especially towards the later stages of his career, and especially now, with all the NASCAR stuff going on with him and the lawsuit. Right. But just I love hearing him talk post race and whenever. He's so blunt, so honest, and he's so great for the sport. Great ambassador that will not get the recognition he deserves probably until he's long retired.
Freak Nation, Denny Hamlin, again, if you watch that race on Sunday from Dover, you saw him running his teammate, getting the number of shots to beat Denny Hamlin. Talk about Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin on running his teammate, Joe Gibbs.
It's the toughest line to walk, truthfully, because if it is someone else, you don't mind running them up in the fuzz, right? If it's a teammate, you gotta sit down and you gotta see that guy tomorrow afternoon. So it's just a little different in that aspect. But when we went back, right before we went back, me and Chris were walking back to our cars, and I said, "Just don't wipe me out." I was just, I was afraid with him we got old tires. I don't know what the grip level of the track is. I just didn't want, JGR to clean itself out and then, somebody else win it. And I think truthfully, he probably laid off of me there off of 4 and ended up wrecking himself because he didn't want to have the big contact. So, yeah, it was good, hard racing. I mean, ultimately, I got the better end of all the restarts in the end, but, you know, it was certainly stressful to have to overcome those 3 overtime finishes there, or however many cautions it was. It was a tough battle.
Not as much as Nashville. Not as much as Nashville.
Right.
Only 2, right? Didn't we? Yeah, we only had 2 restarts.
Double overtime.
Double overtime.
Yep.
I'm gonna add on to what Denny was saying there, because the entire time he was talking about that, I was thinking of the fact that Christopher Bell spun there as they came back from the red flag. And I was texting you guys the entire time. I even put out a poll at SpeedFreaks earlier, and I asked people like, "Hey, should NASCAR go back racing here, or should they just keep the race red flag, call the race, let Denny Hamlin take the win?" And I was surprised at the amount of people who said wait and finish all 400 laps. 74% said finish the race. 26% said just call it. I was in the just call it camp. I was like, dude, I ain't waiting an hour just for 14 stinking laps for 5 minutes of racing. And what do we get? We get them going back green, and we get wrecked race cars. Like, come on.
Yep,
That's
somebody's
awesome.
paying. You like that?
No, get out of here.
Entertaining. Well, I'm of the thought process always that I want to see every single lap followed through, because you owe it to obviously the television partners. We don't really care about that, but the people in the grandstands sweating it out in the humidity and all that. So I'm happy that they played it out. It does kind of not make a whole lot of sense when you think about that. Denny Hamlin ended up winning, and he was leading at the red flag, but
Right.
you know, made for some entertainment. And I thought it was awesome, even though he wound up being the winner following the red flag. Seeing him hold off his teammate on older tires, whereas Briscoe had the freshest tires off that top 5, was really, really cool. And again, it just speaks to how talented of a driver Denny Hamlin is. He was able to do that.
That's what fascinates me, and the fact that I heard someone else say that his last lap of the race was the fastest lap of the race. And you just alluded to it, on old tires. How did he do that?
It's amazing.
And if I was a betting man, and I sure am, if I had a chance to bet on who is not going to spin, it would be Christopher Bell, a dude that does so well on dirt that could handle a Dover. And bam! Somebody farts in turn 4, and he spins. It's like,
spun
what?
a few times
what
today.
Yeah, right. It's like, come on, bro.
Hey, that's what sets apart Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson from guys like Christopher Bell and William Byron.
Hey, speaking of Cole Cusimano, he was hanging out with all of our friends there in the press room, and he asked Denny Hamlin about this win. Statement win? Hit it, Cole.
Cole Cusimano with Arizona Republican SpeedFreaks. Congrats, Denny. So, series leading 4th win. JGR finished 3 in the top 5, and all 4 of you guys were pretty much top 5 the entire day. Do you feel this was a statement victory and day overall for yourself and the organization?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking, and it was all JGR, all Hendrick there at one point. I think it was top 8. So, you know, resources goes a long way, apparently. You know, I don't know. It's just, yeah, and there's a lot of pressure, too, when you know that, like, it's a company thing. It's not like your setup is what's winning that day. Clearly, you know, when all your teammates are in the top 5 or top 6, it's a philosophy that your team is coming with to the racetrack. It could be their tires or whatever it might be. At that point, then there's a lot of pressure to be the best of them, and then there's a lot of pressure to not be the worst.
Oh.
Let that resonate a little bit there, Freak Nation.
Pressure to be the best of your team and pressure to not be the worst. That's, yeah.
By the way, before we go any further, my apologies. It's good. I mean, we're in my freaking studio. My knee's up here because it's starting to swell a little bit after that damn surgery. So you just got to deal with it. It kind of looks like my breast is hanging out.
Your knee breast?
My hairy leg.
You have a knee
Yeah,
breast?
you're lounging. You're lounging.
Chilling.
We don't have the overhead shot this weekend. You can put your legs up on the books that are right next to you.
That's true. I could, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could. Then I have to smell your stinky foot.
Freak Nation, Denny Hamlin. Let's go to cut 3. Are you ready for that there, Cody? Denny Hamlin on thriving. Back up a second. The news came down prior to this race last week about front row and 2311. You've got to work your way in. You've got to qualify to make these races.
Charters are officially gone.
They're no longer a charter team. Denny Hamlin on really thriving under pressure.
I'm just so highly competitive. I mean, that's the only way I can explain it, is that I just don't know if there's, anyone on the face of the earth that is more competitive than I am. I mean, I'm sure there is. I just don't know him. And so I just feel like when I'm tested, I'm going to give you a little more. And when you doubt me, I'm going to give you a little more. Like, I just feel as though I thrive in game time moments. Like, finishing off races like this. Like, that's, when I think about it, and I go home, that's going to be like a pound your chest moment. They had 3 shots at me and they couldn't do it. They had first year tires, couldn't do it. And so it's just very gratifying, and I hype myself up in that process. And while I'm in the game, I'm out there not thinking about, how are we going to lose this?
And he couldn't even bring up Michael Jordan. His something in his head is saying, I can't say Michael Jordan because that might use that against me in the freaking lawsuit.
You think that's why he didn't bring up MJ's name?
Listen, he has Jumpman on both of his shoulders. There's nobody more competitive than freaking Michael Jordan. Sorry, Denny.
True.
Right?
Well, at least back in his day.
Pato O'Ward, Matt Hagan, and Asanji Algo. And see you later, Chicago. More Freaks next.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the schedule jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code FREAKS to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25 cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, this segment brought to you by good friends at General Tire. Do yourself a favor, Freak Nation, man. It is crap hot out there. Just ask Cole Cusimano about sweating balls there in Dover. It's so hot outside, some of your tires might be melting. Make sure you're rolling a new set of General Tires. Go to GeneralTire.com. That's GeneralTire.com to check out a line of tires to keep your rides on the road and your family safe and sound in that hot rod. Go to GeneralTire.com. Again, Cole Cusimano hanging out in Dover. He had a snappy little one-on-one with Joey Logano. Joey Logano about 6 foot taller than Cole Cusimano. Cole, that shot.
Yeah.
I love the interview. It's just like, that's a tall sumbitch. Could you not get like an apple cart to stand on next time?
I guess next time. But yeah, he's a tall SOB, fellow Paisan. So I had a good time talking with him. Gave some good insight on a few things, but you know, wanted to recap the 25 years Speed Freaks and some memories that he's had in his Cup career. Had 600 starts today at Dover, so yeah, it was a good time.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about the news allegedly coming out regarding Chicago and San Diego.
Our friends at Racer have said it's confirmed. The part that's not confirmed is, will it be released Wednesday or not? The speculation is that it's going to be released Wednesday, but otherwise, heck yeah. San Diego and Coronado, the naval base, confirmed. NASCAR.
Well, allegedly, Crasher. Just say allegedly, please.
Allegedly confirmed.
According to Kelly Crandall, it is confirmed.
Copy.
See? Yeah.
See how he did it, Crasher? My point is this. Joey Logano touches on it. We're going to feature Joey Logano and Cole Cusimano on Horsepower Hump Day, because hopefully we will have that news sometime around Wednesday when we do Hump Day, which is 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube.
You know what they're going to do? Just like on this past Wednesday, we did our show at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we're like, oh, you know what usually happens? 5 p.m. Eastern is usually end of day, end of the business day. That's usually when things are usually announced and they're done by then. Everybody wants to go home on their Wednesdays. And so last week we were expecting a ruling to come down from the courts in relation to the 2311 Front Row Motorsports lawsuit. It didn't come down until 6 p.m. Eastern as soon as we got off the air. That's when we got those tweets coming out. So, some NASCAR, get your ass together and announce your dang race before 5 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, please.
Do it for the Freak Nation, because that's why you
Even though we did have some leakage this week. We had some leakage regarding San Diego. If you're following us at SpeedFreaks on Twitter, there was a San Diego radio show that had a member of the San Diego Sports Commission on their show earlier this week.
Whoopsie. And
he released a little bit of information, still to be confirmed, about the possible layout of the course. And I'll kind of keep it quick here because I'm not too familiar with that area. But essentially, it's going to take place on this by the naval base, as Kelly Crandall reported earlier today on Sunday. And it's going to take place on this part of San Diego and Coronado called the Silver Strand. It's right on there's a beach right there. Is this really, really long stretch of road that's about 5.5 miles each way. And according to this member of the San Diego Sports Commission last week, and again, this is all still to be confirmed, they're going to do about 20 laps, about 250 miles on this really long, almost like street oval. From what I understand, the way they were describing it, it is basically going to be, you're going to go 5.5 miles one way, hairpin. 5.5 miles the other way, hairpin. and then you're going to be around the naval base.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. This is according to this one guy. But so this is all still to be confirmed. But it makes sense because you look at that area around the naval base, and there's not a lot of places you could go, like you can maybe in downtown San Diego near the convention center in Petco Park. So I'm interested to see if that's exactly what they're going to do here. It's something that Denny Hamlin was talking about, Cole. Guys, I believe a couple weeks ago, he was like, all you got to do to have a successful street course layout in NASCAR is a street oval.
Yeah.
As long as you got hairpin turns, you're going to have passing and overtaking. So,
but 5.5 miles for a straightaway?
It's going to be interesting if that is indeed the case. But again, there's no other way that they can really make it work. As looking at that map around the naval base, so we'll see.
Wow, have you?
That's nuts.
That is, yeah.
I'm just going to say the San Diego Bridge Causeway.
No. A la Nashville?
No. What I'm saying is, if that's the case, and I should have done my due diligence, Freak Nation, and actually looked at what this guy was talking about on freaking 97.5 The Fan. He was talking about actually giving the layout allegedly with this race. If you've got to go over that bridge to Coronado Island, because I kept seeing people say Coronado, I'm going, there's no way.
I know.
Because the traffic on that freaking bridge...
They're not going over the Coronado Bridge.
Yeah,
that's
the only way on and the only way off.
I'm just talking about traffic, bro. I'm not talking about the driver. I'm talking about people that want to get their ass.
It'll be on a Sunday.
Have you tried to get a freaking parking spot to eat at the legendary Coronado Hotel on a Sunday afternoon, bro?
No,
this is bananas.
I've been to San Diego many times. I'm going to be there next week.
Oh,
I'm not going to be on the show next week. I'm going to be in
Jealous.
San Diego. But I've never been to Coronado.
Then you
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Go
place,
next
man.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
go.
Sunday and see how close a parking spot you can get to the hotel, Coronado Hotel.
Deal. I
Do
will
it.
call
Research.
in live
Yeah.
into SpeedFreaks on Sunday night, and I will call into the show live from the San Diego street course layout, and I can walk the distance.
You're going to have an old-ass San Diego dude that's lived in one of those houses for 70 years coming out with a freaking broom trying to beat your ass because you're parking right next to it.
And
It's
you know
freaking
what's
Studebaker.
great is I can wear my San Diego Comic-Con costume.
Oh, yeah, and then nobody will know who you are. There you go. That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, according to Kelly Crandall, friends at Racer, NASCAR will be running in San Diego next week. San Diego. God, how many
And
times are we
the
going to
date,
steal that?
Will
the date,
Ferrell, yes.
the alleged date is going to be Father's Day weekend.
Yes.
So it would take over
Oh.
the Mexico City date on the calendar, depending on what they want to do with Mexico City next year as well.
Oh, but we have some info on the Mexico City date. We'll talk about next hour.
Ooh, tease. Tease.
We know some Mexico City news.
Well, who doesn't?
A lot of people don't.
Okay. We'll share that with you, Freak Nation. Because allegedly,
Hi, Foot.
The-
I just want to say, nice Foot.
why did you tell me to do that?
I didn't realize it was going to be
Hey.
in the shot. Hi, Foot.
Allegedly, Mexico City's going away
For NASCAR.
for NASCAR. But what Crasher is alluding to, maybe not permanently. As we saw, that the NASCAR, NASCAR Chicago street race is done,
And also maybe not permanently.
right?
That's not coming back. They're a bunch of liars.
That's
They're never coming back there, y'all. They're going to Chicagoland, and that sucks.
Not according to myself and Dale Jr. And Dale Jr.'s never wrong.
Cool.
He
You
is
want to know
never
why?
wrong.
Because he won there. He's won Chicagoland, hasn't he? So he's probably a big fan of that.
It'll be fun.
Get out of here.
But that's what, again, going into the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season, there are these little holes that are starting to rear its head when it comes to the schedule. Crasher alluded to something when it comes to Mexico, Chicago gone, San Diego's here, so forth. Same for IndyCar. And there are still holes for 2026. But there's also comments, and Crasher, do we have to wait until next? Yeah, we do. We got a break here in about a minute and a half, don't we?
Okay, we'll talk about it next segment, not next hour.
No, we got Pato O'Ward joining us next segment.
Okay, well, appropriate. Hey,
Yeah.
Mexico City rumors.
Pato O'Ward, who won Toronto, gave us a couple of minutes of his time. And I mean it. A couple of minutes of his time. So the way we make 6 or 7 minutes out of that interview, so we used some fantastic post-race press conference sound bites from Pato O'Ward. Regardless, Pato O'Ward will be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Matt Hagan will be here in the Freak Nation. Did we get any video or any still shots of Sean Reed's accident, by the way?
Yes, we do.
Do we?
Oh,
We got it
wow.
ready.
What do we have? We got, how long is that going to be, Cody? Do you know? How much?
14 seconds.
All right. Sean Reed, who has won multiple drag boat championships, is running full-time in the NHRA Top Fuel class this year. I know him well. I've been interviewing the guy for damn near 20 years. A gnarly accident in qualifying Saturday afternoon there in the Northwest Nationals. Let's see this video, Cody.
Oh, Sean Reed, hang on. Big crash. Sean Reed lost a tire. Oh, Sean Reed, hang on. Big crash. Sean Reed lost a tire.
You can hardly see in the full speed mode there what happened. But yes, he did lose his right rear tire. Great question that you had in our group chat. Did it DB? How did it completely just fall apart and then threw him to the other side of the racetrack? It was a gnarly accident. He was taken to the hospital, and can we give the update?
Quickly.
We've got the update. Sean is going to be fine. He's already posted on social media that might have lost a finger in the incident, which he did on his left hand, but he is ready to get back and race his race car. So unfortunately,
I believe a couple of broken ribs as well.
Couple of fractured ribs, lost his pointer finger on his left hand and has a pin in the thumb of his left hand, but he's already back to cracking jokes on social media. He is still in the hospital as we are recording this right now,
Gotta go.
but he will be okay.
Freak Nation coming up next. Pato O'Ward, IndyCar Series winner from Toronto. He's won 2 weekends in a row, damn it. He joins us next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the glass ceiling breakers, the minivan mothers, the schedule jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code FREAKS to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25 cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Pato O'Ward, I know we only got you for a few minutes, but you're winner out of Toronto, IndyCar Series winner. Now 2 weekends in a row flying those Lucas Oil colors. You mentioned something in the press conference that caught my ear outside of all the nuts and bolts. How this win, and frankly last weekend's win, covers for all those crappy weeks, months, and years. For those who didn't hear that, can you explain to the Freak Nation what that really means to a driver?
That's what keeps you motivated. That's what keeps you hungry. That's what keeps you going after, tough weeks, tough days, even sometimes when you've got those occasional years where they're hard, like this rush, this feeling, this fulfillment of winning and executing and earning it is what keeps you alive.
We keep making our Sundays so much harder than what they have to be. Qualifying has been not our friend. But Sundays have been, and I feel like the gist of this year, for at least the 5 side, it feels like it's always a recovery Sunday. It's always been a recovery Sunday. We just keep finding our way forward, and today it was honestly a very similar approach to what I had in Mid-Ohio. Like, we got hosed by just timing in that qualifying here. We've been struggling a bit on the alternate, which sadly is the one that you need to transfer, but I knew I had such a strong car on the preferred tire for the race, and I had a car that I could attack with. I got a car that I could really put it where I needed to, at least just to get by people. Like, we had to get really aggressive there at sometimes, and we had to get our elbows out a little bit if we want to keep this championship just somewhat of a conversation. So it's always good to feel that way, and that gives you that little extra edge to really be able to make these days come to fruition, really. So they did a great strategy, and then I made sure that was going to be the winning one.
One other thing you were talking about was visiting your family in Texas, which probably is going to make that visit a whole hell of a lot better with 2 wins under your belt.
Oh, it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait for that.
We had a great pit stop, that first pit stop. It was freaking awesome. The guys were great. We pushed hard in, we pushed hard out, and we undercut everybody that was on the alternate. So that was the first step. And then the second step was, we could have just kind of maintained bay there and just waited for the other guys to start peeling off, but I didn't really want to do that. So I just started picking them off one by one. And then when we positioned ourselves, I think we were 5th in line with 4 cars in front of us that, tried to make it a bit more with a few. Like VK was super strong. But that's where I said I need to be behind lead car. Because it's a lot tougher if I was behind maybe Kiffin as well. I don't think I would have had the opportunity to overcut on BK. So it was just positioning myself to make it happen.
Pato, you are a merchandise king, and I'm surprised nobody else is really talking about this right now. You sell duck stickers. You've got ducks on other parts of your merchandise. Of course, Pato, the Spanish word for duck. But now are you going to start selling bird poop stickers? I mean, we need something of that good luck charm that helped you today.
Oh, my God. You gotta leave that to Mother Nature. You got to give it to that bird.
Explain what she's talking about, Pato. Who got pooped on from your crew?
The car and my outside front guy.
I think it just, made us look at where, let's really see where we've been strong this weekend. And, these street courses, the two tires, at least in my experience this year, they've been so different. And I think you see it with some other cars as well. They were so strong on the primes in practice 1, practice 2, but then you get to qualifying, which is the tire that you need to transfer with is the alternate. And it's such a small window, if any, basically. Like you have to be so perfect with how they want to get brought in, and then you replicate the same thing, and sometimes they're just one set is different to the other. There's really no other way to say it. The primes were all very consistent, but the alternate they're not, and it's so frustrating because you feel like I feel like I was best of the rest in practice. I feel like I was 3rd or 4th. The Andretti's were in another planet. I talked with my engineer after that meeting where I think it looked a lot worse than what that car actually felt, at least with what we're going to need in the race. The problem was that's what ultimately opens doors to having better races, I know the goal was to be in the top 10 for all 3 cars, but my engineer and I yesterday were talking, I was like, the top 10 podium. I knew that was going to be a racing incident, but, I want to go see Will, actually. That's the last thing that you want to have with, I respect Will so much. We've been racing against each other a lot. The problem is that it's such a fine line that you're battling with. You don't want to lose any positions, and when you're going through there where you're full opposite lock, and we basically hit square, and when you hit tire to tire, like we both of our wheels got out of our hands and then had to gather it back up. But that's what happens when you're racing so tight in a place like this. Like the cars don't really do everything perfectly. Like they will be moving and they'll understeer, and they will be put in places where you're like, oh, I hope I make this kind of thing. But I think, when you go into the outside, that's a risk that you're willing to take versus the guy that's on the inside,
Again, Pato O'Ward he's the only legitimate driver with a shot at winning the championship. Come on, Crash.
Technically, there's 4 drivers left. The top 4 can stop. I know, look at Cole. That's technically. I mean, Pato would have to literally take a vacation in Australia for a couple of weeks, but yeah, technically.
I enjoyed Toronto today, and it took me about that long to realize why I liked Toronto. I just saw more, I sound like a freaking novice, more wide open spaces on longer stretches leading up to some of these tighter turns, which, again, we saw with Pato and Will Power, where the little love tap from Pato O'Ward putting Will Power into the wall. It looked more racy.
You're not going to get 3 wide in Long Beach. You got 3 wide in Toronto this weekend. It was just a very racy track. Extremely unfortunate what happened to Alexander Rossi, because that was a setup problem with the wall, apparently, and totally took him out. Fortunately, no other drivers had that sort of issue, but otherwise, yeah, just great racing from start to finish. And the strategies. Again, I tweeted this, NASCAR fans, tire strategy is a good thing. Fuel strategy is a good thing. These are what make, last minute, last second decisions up on top of the pit boxes. They make it so crucial, and it adds to the intrigue of a race. And that you had that today. You had that Sunday in Toronto.
And the race was only 2 hours long.
Yep, bonus.
Thank
bonus.
God.
Yep.
I co-sign that. All of the above.
Yeah.
We get on NASCAR. We're all fans of NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not beholden to NASCAR. We don't collect any type of check from NASCAR, so we can pretty much say anything we want. Thank goodness we have NASCAR, or I say, thank goodness we have something like NASCAR. Maybe IndyCar would be the 800-pound gorilla if they didn't turn around and F themselves back in the day. But thank goodness we do, because we have something to talk about. We spend 45 minutes to open the show talking about NASCAR, and it continues to give us plenty of things to talk about. But IndyCar, and you'll see this interview with Matt Hagan, if there was just a gap for this series to jump in and expose these personalities, we've been doing it for 25 freaking years, to the chagrin of a lot of PR people early on with Speed Freaks. But Pato O'Ward, you talk about Alexander Rossi. If Alexander Rossi Crasher could reach peak driving level again, his dry sense of humor and just like devil-may-care attitude is legit. But he's the one that talked about, was it changing diapers or what was it?
No.
Circumcision. Yeah.
Of his son. Yeah. And he flat out looked at me and said, "Oh, it's you. I can talk about this." They're Speed Freaks 25 years. Cool.
Yeah. It's again, that's been part of the thrill of doing this show, is we're not beholden to any series. So we can go in hard with some of the questions, and awkward sometimes with some of the questions when we are joined by these freaking superstars. Matt Hagan, 3-time NHRA Funny Car champion.
Oh, don't question me.
And drives for Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart's been on fire this year in the top fuel class. Matt Hagan hasn't, but damn it, he got himself a win. He joins us next hour, Speed Freaks Pits and the Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code FREAKS to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25 cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared timbers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast, go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
I just feel like when I'm tested, I'm going to give you a little more. And when you doubt me, I'm going to give you a little more.
The goal was to be in the top 10 for all three cars, but my engineer and I yesterday were talking, I was like, the top 10.
I was just messing around, had these long handlebars, and I won just kind of playing around. And they're like, well, you got to do it again, So the next 3 years I won like that. And it became a thing, and I was like, man, I got to grow this thing out every time I go to Epic.
Are you ready to try a game?
Live on the Freak Radio Network, broadcasting from the Lucas Oil Studios. Driven by General Tire.
Rock on, baby!
I am serious.
Here's the Freaks.
Freak Nation, coming up this hour, Kyle Larson and another High Limit Series Racing Series driver. Get after it. He ain't real happy with Kyle Larson coming in and stealing some of his money. We'll get to that this hour. Matt Hagan, NHRA Funny Car driver, winner from the Northwest Nationals up there in Washington. He'll be joining us this hour. We'll give you another update on Sean Reed, NHRA top fuel pilot, gnarly accident in qualifying on Saturday. We'll give you the latest on him. Also more from Denny Hamlin with his big race win in Dover, overcoming all kinds of odds, man. And I don't necessarily mean inside the car. I mean outside the car, involving his team owner or his co-team owner with 2311, Michael Jordan, and Front Row Motorsports. We'll get to that coming up this hour. Richie, before I go any further, real quick, Richie, because I want to give you 15 good seconds with Formula One, my friend. Has that number changed at all for Formula One going to Apple TV from ESPN? It was a pretty gnarly number that allegedly Apple was offering Formula One.
$150 million per year is allegedly what Apple has offered. Nothing official yet.
And that's about 60, 70 million more than what ESPN?
ESPN is about 80 million.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll get to that. I think we'd spend enough time talking about Formula One.
No, that's enough. There's nothing to talk about.
All right. Cole Cusimano holding up his, there it is. Look at that. My God.
Miles. There he is.
Hold that up again. His chin looks like a Santa beard. I mean,
look at
that. Now,
Got
why
some
would
interesting teeth? Yeah.
No, hold on a second here, Freak Nation. If you're familiar with Miles, his chiseled face and chiseled body, yet the freaking doll, it's all rounded off.
Well, you do the sewing on that.
Not fully chiseled, but he's got the six pack though. So he's got that going for him. Got the biceps in there. So I don't know. Didn't skip leg day clearly.
Please don't laugh at this, but Saw the moose knuckle. All right.
Lovely.
Hello.
Miles is a dude.
Thanks. Appreciate Oh, Crash. You're the one that takes it. What the hell's going on here?
So confused.
Richie. It's okay, Richard. You don't need to know what the hell's going on here, my friend. So, yeah, man, big second hour here in the Freak Nation. Cody, let's get a couple of sound bites. Let's get that first sound bite ready from our good friend, Denny Hamlin. Cole Cusimano, again, hanging out in Dover. Part of the magical press conference going off for Denny Hamlin, race winner. Had a slight little rain delay. He goes out there and puts a beat down on his teammate, Chase Briscoe. And it just shows you what a freaking race car driver that Denny Hamlin is, man. Dude goes out there, taking on his teammate, Chase Briscoe, fresher tires. And again, you heard Steve Letarte and everybody else talking about how Chase Briscoe's got this in the bag with the fresher tires.
Right.
Nope. Denny Hamlin talking about running his teammate, Chase Briscoe.
It's the toughest line to walk, truthfully, because if it is someone else, you don't mind running them up in the fuzz, right? If it's a teammate, you gotta sit down and you gotta see that guy tomorrow afternoon. So it's just a little different in that aspect. But when we went back, right before we went back, me and Chris were walking back to our cars, and I said, "Just don't wipe me out." I was just, I was afraid with him on, we got old tires. I don't know what the grip level of the track is. I just didn't want, JGR to clean itself out and then, somebody else win it. And I think truthfully, he probably laid off of me there off of 4 and ended up wrecking himself because he didn't want to have the big contact. So, it was good, hard racing. Ultimately, I got the better end of all the restarts in the end, but it was certainly stressful to have to overcome those 3 overtime finishes there, or however many cautions it was. It was a tough battle.
In Freak Nation, it's Ty versus Ty running for $1 million at Indianapolis, Crasher.
Yeah. Is anyone still paying attention to that? The in-season tournament? It did kind of implode, much like the NCAA men's basketball tournament and women's basketball tournaments sometimes implode after their first rounds. But it seemed like the steam was just completely let out of the NASCAR tournament after Atlanta, when so many people were just like, I'm done, I'm out, busted bracket. I just don't hear people on social or anywhere talking about this.
I'm gonna counter you.
Okay.
Overall, yes, this tournament has been a complete waste of time. However, this race was so bad at Dover on Sunday that the one thing I was paying attention to was whether or not Ty Dillon was going to advance. Okay. That's the only thing I cared about on Sunday watching Dover. I was constantly trying to figure out where he was in comparison to John Hunter Nemechek, who was his competitor on Sunday. And they were both a lap down for a little while. And it was like, oh, the one was 26th, the one was 24th. And then Ty Dillon got back on the lead lap, and he ended up defeating John Hunter Nemechek and advancing to the championship race as the number 32 seed, which is just incredible. How cool. That would be that's a great story, in my opinion.
Yeah,
if he comes out and
he
beats Ty Gibbs next week and wins $1 million for that race team colleague, which has been downright terrible for the last several years, ever since A.J. Allmendinger picked up that win a couple of years ago. And Shane Van Gisbergen, actually, when he won, he won for Trackhouse, I'm sorry. But anyway, yeah, so I'm rooting for Ty Dillon in this. It gives me something to root for today, so I hope he beats Ty Gibbs. Please beat Ty Gibbs. Please.
Actually, according to the poll, this might have been post-race. I don't think it was still on the race broadcast. According to a poll, it was 60-something% of fans want Ty Dillon to beat the 30% left of Ty Gibbs fans. So, yeah, that was interesting to me, too. You're in good company there, Richie.
Yeah, because nobody likes Ty Gibbs.
No, not a lot of people.
That's why.
It's interesting. I think it's interesting. I would like to see Ty Dillon win this thing. I think I was very surprised, actually, being in the media center for the first time in a while, to see how much enthusiasm the media members had surrounding this in-season tournament. Because like you, Crash. After Atlanta, I was pretty much checked out. But I'm buying into like the exposure of these drivers that wouldn't be getting it normally, like John Hunter Nemechek and Ty Dillon are getting. It's a cool story to see a guy like Ty Dillon make it this far, 32 seed. So I've grown to, warm up to it more, but it's it is what it is.
Well, you know what? It's NASCAR's first year trying this. We got to give them at least an A for effort for trying. And you know what? Maybe with some tweaks, it could be a little more appealing to the fan base in general. Even if you are wiped out after round one, there's still some sort of an incentive for you to keep watching your bracket. I don't know. If there are tweaks, maybe that could be a possibility.
Where's your money stop money going on this, Cole? Who you got? You got Ty Dillon, who's going to be some good plus money, I'd imagine, against Ty Gibbs?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would have to go with Ty Gibbs on this one, just because, I mean, that's no shade to Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon, actually, I was doing some number crunching. Last 4 starts, he's finished top 20, 16.3 average in that span, which is well above his career average and season average. Oh. But Ty Gibbs has been tremendous this last month and a half, 2 months, clicking off top 5s. He has 2 top 5s his last 3 starts, top 10 in there as well. So going to a track like Indianapolis where equipment's going to be key, and coming off a weekend where we saw 3 JGR cars finish in the top 5, all 4 running top 7 all day, it's like a no-brainer to pick Ty Gibbs for this win. But hey, changing things have happened.
Yeah.
One of you said this earlier. With a few tweaks, maybe it will become more interesting next year. And that was 5 minutes ago. And I've sat here, not said a damn word for 5 minutes thinking, what the hell would I do to this thing, man? And I'm not the brightest freaking SOB here on the show, but my gosh, what the hell would I do to change this up to where it provides some freaking entertainment? Is it because it's in the dearth of the schedule that it gives us something to look forward to? I mean, Richard C. Suave, who's done nothing but complain about freaking NASCAR his entire life.
Dude, I just want to go back to road courses. Please.
Hey, Michael McDowell wants 16 to 18 on the circuit now.
Yeah.
So
let's go. So I did see somebody on Twitter, and I think they were being very facetious, and they were not being 100% truthful when they said this, but somebody was like, what if you gave the winner of the in-season tournament a playoff berth? Granted, most of the time you're likely to have one of the guys who's already won races make it in. Yeah. But can you imagine Ty Dillon comes out next week and makes it into the playoffs?
Yes.
How great would that be? How great would that be?
That'd be horrific. That'd be horrible. Then you'd have 3 guys in the playoffs that wouldn't be competitive.
It would mean something.
4 guys. I'm sorry, 4 guys. Cindric, Berry, SVG, and Ty Dillon. So
it would mean so. How often on this show do we talk about we need to watch races that matter and mean something? Well, the tournament would mean something and matter if it made a playoff berth.
Do you care if they win $1 million?
No.
I mean, I
do we care if they make it in the playoffs? Yes. So yeah, you're on to something.
But watching as a Major League Baseball fan, depending if the Rangers are in the hunt or not, back in the day when you would win the All-Star game. American League or National League, when there was something up for grabs. If the American League won the All-Star game, they got home field advantage for the World Series.
True.
Yeah,
they shoved that up the backside of Major League Baseball fans because they're freaking purity. Eat it.
How do you really feel? Wow.
Amen to that.
Blake in our chat says, hell no to the winner of the in-season tournament automatically getting a berth into the playoffs.
I can't wait to see Ty Gibbs win $1 million. That's so great.
Give him the big-ass check, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's praying.
That's who needs it, is Ty Gibbs instead of Ty Dillon. Whatevs.
Mexico City, here we come. But maybe not who you think we're talking about. That's next. SpeedFreaks Bits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
As your power steering pump ages, seal leaks may occur, causing the power steering system to lose fluid. Your power steering system may also develop an annoying squeal, and the steering may become more difficult to handle. By using Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak, you will stop the seal leaks, reduce slack in rack and pinion, eliminate the squeals and hard spots in your power steering system. It is guaranteed to stop seal leaks or your money back. Lucas Power Steering Stop Leak. It works.
General Tire delivers.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared timbers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast, go home. Get your tickets now at www.raceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
This segment brought to you by good friends at Lucas Oil. Go to lucasoil.com. That's lucasoil.com, excuse me.
No, the rest of us can talk while Kenny takes a sip.
To check out a line of products to keep all of your rides fat and happy.
Wow.
That's lucasoil.com. Proud partners of the Freaks.
Hold on. What is your biggest pet peeve, Kenny? Seriously.
Exactly. I agree. Crasher, hammer me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He can't stand it when we eat on mic.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, it is during commercial breaks. But, he yells at us. Get off your mic. It's so annoying, that noise. Bah, 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 bah. And here you are. We come back from break, and you have to still swallow and take a drink. What's up with that?
I don't know the last time I hammered you guys about eating on the mic because you're so damn good about it.
Now he's complimenting us.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing I wasn't on mic. I was having my dinner just now. I got a nice crunchy granola bar for dinner here.
Yeah. What's the go-to grub there in Dover, Cole Cusimano?
There's a place called Jerry Longo's. I call it Joey Logano's, actually. Italian spot. And there's also a sugar factory, which I wouldn't go there for dinner, but there's this Italian place called Jerry Longo's, and a nice steakhouse, like about 100 feet to my right here, but yeah.
How far is Miles from you right now?
Miles?
Uh-huh.
If I look out this window, he's probably like less than a mile.
Oh, get it?
Less than a mile from the Monster Mile.
Are you wearing pants right now, Cole?
I'm in the hotel lobby. I have to wear pants.
Cole Cusimano checking in from Dover, hanging out with our good friends, the press room for the NASCAR Cup Series, Xfinity Series race this weekend.
No, he's in his hotel.
Oh, Crasher, don't take me literally, my God.
Okay. Fine.
Denny Hamlin, evidently there's some type of a moratorium where the press was told that if you ask anything about the lawsuit with Front Row Motorsports in 2311, 2311, of course, is owned by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, that they're just not going to comment about it. They got all that out of the way on Friday. And I was still surprised that no one chimed in to ask him about the lawsuit, but evidently that's what was asked. However, at the very end of the press conference, Denny was asked about winning Indianapolis coming up next weekend at IMS. And then he starts talking about how big a win it would be to win at IMS, and then he dovetails into a little subliminal conversation about if something happens this week with NASCAR, and then makes reference to the press room moderator who's employed by NASCAR. Just follow me here and listen to Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. I mean, we're going to have to qualify well. There's just so many things that's going to have to go really well for us to win that race. It's not like, any other conventional track where you got speed, you're just going to go through the pack. It's just not that type of racetrack. But the history of it is unlike any other. I mean, even when you're driving it, you feel like you're at a historic racetrack. So highly, highly, highly motivated. All I can hope is that something happens this week that derails everything, and then I'll do better.
All right, Denny, thanks for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Maybe it'll come from them. I've been on them the whole victory lane. I was all over them, so be nice to them.
Be nice to those NASCAR people.
The moderators, we love them. It's not an easy job, man. You got all these freaking bloodthirsty press people like Cole Cusimano in there asking stupid questions, and they got to act like they love you guys when you're hanging out in there. Hey, did you get some mad respect wearing your freak gear at all this weekend?
I got tons of props for it, honestly. Yeah. A lot of people are asking how the gig is. I told them I love it. Obviously, it's been great. Enjoyed my time here on the Freak Nation, and I'm looking forward to keeping it going. But no, I wore this great shirt when I first got here. I wore this hat all weekend, so always repping the brand. A lot of General Tire around the facility too. Big GT facility, so that was great to see as well.
That's right, your boy Butterbean with a big win.
Yes, we love Butterbean. He leads the Arkham and Art Series in wins. I had no idea, honestly, until he won this race. He's just an amazing talent, amazing personality. So great for racing. So great.
So you posted the Butterbean bit on Friday, and one of our friends asked me, so there's a boxer, or is it a boxer or a wrestler? There's a boxer that also races?
Boxer.
I'm like, no, different Butterbean. But yeah, that was way cool. Way cool.
So I had a chance, speaking of hanging out at races, I hung out at Mexico City for the NASCAR Cup Series race, 2-3 weeks ago, and was blown away. Had a great time. The best time I had was watching Daniel Suarez win the Xfinity Series race. It was just something special. But we hear earlier this week that Mexico is going away. It's not confirmed, but we hear that it's going away, but it may not be going away for good. Crasher, what is it that you are hearing regarding Mexico?
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, so I'll be as brief as I can. But yes, Mexico City will have, arguably, a race date next year, 2026. It just won't be NASCAR. It will allegedly be IndyCar. Now, is it going to be in the spring like so many people have suggested that IndyCar needs to go, or they believe that it should go from Dallas and the new Arlington and Dallas Cowboys, Texas Rangers facility that will be brand new to next year's schedule. It needs to go from that down to Mexico City. No, that's apparently not going to happen now. Nathan Brown put some really good information out. If you subscribe to him on Indy Star, he nailed all of this in a column this weekend from Toronto. So now that spring is allegedly off the table for IndyCar filling the Mexico City vibe in 2026, okay, in comes summertime. NASCAR had the date Father's Day, June. Well, guess what? That's the St. Louis date. That's WWT Raceway's time, oval after Indianapolis. But there are some other complications with that because guess what? The World Cup, which is going to be shared, the hosting duty is going to be shared by Mexico, the United States, and Canada. That comes in the end of June to the middle of July. So that brings a huge new hurdle to not just the Toronto race, but this alleged IndyCar return to Mexico City, the first time in 2 decades, and the Autodromo Rodriguez, where IndyCar will be racing in 2026, just don't know when. So the latest is that it will allegedly happen, but not until after the World Cup is done, because Mexico City, that exact same city, is hosting a couple of events as well for the World Cup. So give a few weeks as a buffer and then have IndyCar return into that slot post-World Cup. So we're thinking along the lines of July 26th, IndyCar in Mexico City. Now, what Kenny is referring to as NASCAR not being completely done with Mexico City, there have apparently been talks leading up at least until now that Mexico City and IndyCar and NASCAR will double up together as a doubleheader in Mexico City.
Oh, that makes sense.
In 2027.
It's going to happen, right?
Makes perfect sense.
I mean, that'd make a lot of sense if it happened. That'd be amazing.
It would be
both
amazing.
series. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Yeah.
Penske Entertainment.
Help me help you.
Right. Because all of motorsports is losing to stick and ball sports, so we all need to help each other together. Allegedly, Penske Entertainment has wrestled with this and put the kibosh on it for now because they don't want to play second fiddle to NASCAR in Mexico City.
Wait, one thing I wanted to ask you, Crash, because we talked about this at Gateway. Isn't there like some rule where NASCAR can't compete at the same track that an IndyCar race was held within 100 days or something like that?
That was the Sonoma. Yes, you're exactly right. I don't know if that still exists, but it did exist for many, many years, and it may still.
Okay.
Sonoma and Laguna Seca. It's one of the reasons why IndyCar had to be 100 days away from NASCAR in their Sonoma date. And then that spilled over to Laguna Seca. I'm talking about 2 tracks in Northern California in which, NASCAR raced at Sonoma in June. They had to wait 100 days before they could even return, not just to Sonoma, but to Laguna Seca because it's in the same market. God, that stuff is so aggravating. Maybe it was done away with when they did the doubleheader in Indianapolis. And so maybe that's kind of an opening to do a doubleheader in Mexico City starting in 2027. But come on, if NASCAR's welcoming this, IndyCar, do what it takes to make it happen. Who cares if you play second fiddle? Who cares if you're the Saturday race to their Sunday race? You did it in Indy, and it was a really fun weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed that weekend. Just do it for Mexico City. Pato's still going to be a massive star come Sunday. Daniel Suarez is still going to be a massive star on Saturday. It makes sense. You are second fiddle right now because guess what? Your ratings are nothing compared to NASCAR. So make it work. Be the second fiddle until you can prove to yourself that you earn top billing. Just do it. It makes for the perfect weekend in Mexico City.
Crasher, IndyCar's not even second fiddle. They're like fourth chair. Xfinity Series is second fiddle to the Cup Series. The NASCAR Truck Series is third chair. NHRA might slide in there, and then IndyCar chimes in.
That blows my mind, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Saying anything else?
Freak Nation, his name is Matt Hagan. Great to get him back in the Freak Nation. Drives for Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart's on fire. Finally, Matt Hagan catches fire and wins in Seattle. He joins us next. Speed Freaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive style. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code
FREAKS to redeem your 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25-cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Freak Nation, if I was the betting man, I would have said Matt Hagan would have been in here much earlier than this weekend after the Northwest Nationals. Matt Hagan, your funny car winner. First time this year, 59 or 53? 53 funny car wins in the NHRA series. Regardless, he's here in the Freak Nation. And he brought along his friend, the Stash. Dude, you continue to wear that stash, right?
Yeah, man. Well, I think they said it's worth 12 horsepower.
Of course.
Oh, but hey, be careful. The NHRA will come down on you, my friend, and they'll ask you to shave that damn thing.
I tell you what, man, last time I won with a stash on, they drew it on my wallet, you know what I mean? Like, we were up in Epping, and I was just messing around. I had these long handlebars, you know, and I won just kind of playing around. And they're like, well, you got to do it again, you know? So the next 3 years I won like that, and it became a thing. And I was like, man, I got to grow this thing out every time I go to Epping, you know?
And now every time you go to Seattle, and then every time you go to Sonoma.
I'm going to have to invest in Just for Men, though. This thing getting gray a little bit, you know?
Oh, boy. Hey, Matt Hagan, was it a kick in the nuts to see your boss, Tony Stewart, winning all these races, but Matt Hagan, multi-time funny car champion, not winning races this year?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I was really happy for Tony because he's had a breakout season. You know, last year we were taking all the sharp objects out of the trailer. You know, now we're allowed to put the sharp objects back. You know what I mean? Like, he was definitely frustrated. But, you know, I think in everything that you do is it shows character to kind of go through some, you know, trials and tribulations and some down times, because that's what makes a good time so good, man. And he's been riding a high cloud right now, man. And, you know, he's doing a great job driving. The car's running well. You know, I think today was the first time that in like 5 or 6 races that he hadn't been to a semifinal, you know, so they got a good job. They got a good group over there. Phil Schuler that we added to our car has been a good add over there to Tony's car as well. Leah's, you know, obviously she's boss lady. She's keeping everybody straight, you know, on both teams. And, you know, we just got a great group over here, man, you know, and obviously Mike Knutson, he's been under Dickie Venables for 15 years, you know, and Mike, you know, it kind of got to the point where he said, look, I'm going to be a crew chief, and it's a matter of whether I'm going to be here, I'm going to go somewhere else, but I'm going to start calling the shots somewhere, you know. And so it was definitely a hard decision, I think, for Tony to have to make to allow Mike to become a crew chief and do his thing, you know. But these young guys, man, that's kind of where it's at. You know, Dickie Venables, I've got nothing but love for him. I mean, they've already won over there a JR with a DHL car. So there's no bad blood, man. It's just, one of those things where, Newt, as a young crew chief and really close to all the guys, he was like, look, I'm going to take 5 or 6 guys with me, and it's just trying to find that kind of group again is really tough. So Tony had to make the decision to bring and promote Newt from within, and then, Dickie decided to go somewhere else, So I don't think there's any bad blood. I think obviously Newt has been one of those guys where he's learned a lot from Dickie, but he's out here making the calls himself, and he's doing a great job. And Schuler was a great ad. And then we have, Alex Conway that has been our car chief and was, kind of assistant crew chief as well. And those guys are just they're really clicking and meshing, man. So, yeah, it's been a little bit longer than we wanted to be here in the winter circle. But at the end of the day, we've got a new guy making all the new calls. And I got to remind myself every time we come to a racetrack, it's a, brand new for this dude. So to be where we're at right now and to be in 2 finals in a row and win this last one, I'm pretty excited about what the group we got going on.
Yeah, I'm glad how you twisted that answer around, Hagan, because at first it sounded like you were just talking all about your boss and, Tony Stewart and Leah Pruitt and this and that. And I'm like, dude, the question's about you. You're the one that has victory lane right now. But that was cool.
Deal over here, man.
Stop
I'm
that.
I'm along for the ride, you know what I mean?
Oh,
the mustache rides, you know what I mean?
No, you can say that, but Hagan, you've got multiple championships, so many wins. It was a little bit of a kick in the nuts, so to speak, in having a different start to your season than what you were used to. But the refreshing thing about that is, like you just alluded to, how, okay, my new guys have come together. They gelled in Norwalk. They're gelling even more now. And there's no better time than right now before the countdown to hit your stride.
Yeah, definitely if you're going to peak, it's going to be at the end of the season. And these guys are doing that, and I think Newt's got a lot more confident. We've lost some really close races, and I think it was kind of one of those things that was a gut check for him going like, hey, man, we just got to be more aggressive. And he knows how to do it. So I think sometimes being new, you don't want to smoke the tires or give it away or be, you want to be conservative. But everybody's so damn tough out here, man. There's no real easy rounds. There's no giveaways anymore. I mean, and everybody's buying the same parts and pieces from the same place. So it's not like you got some great innovative, performance advantage, so it's just like going up there with like your wheelbarrows in a nut and your nuts in a wheelbarrow and seeing how big they are, but so when you say kicking the nuts, I mean, maybe we can get some more wheelbarrows in our nuts.
Love it. Okay, I just want to know if all these guys, they're young, can they shave or can they grow a mustache? I mean, maybe that's what you need, as the whole team stashing out.
Yeah, I'm going to draw it on the Wally there, and actually, I think that my guys did already put it on the Wally. Look at that. Look, they put the mustache up there on the Wally there. Hey, and the ones that can't do it, we'll just get them a little just for men. It thickens everything up, I think.
Little Sharpie, little just for men. Yeah, you are working that sponsorship, aren't you?
Stick-ons for them,
Yes, do it.
Hey, Hagan, run me through this. When you're on the East Coast in the summertime, we know about, to bring up balls again, it's sweating balls out there, but when you're in the Northwest and you're in Sonoma, as a driver that has to sit in the cockpit for a while sometimes, what does that do to your head from time to time, being on the West Coast where it's cooler, low humidity versus East Coast?
Yeah, it's been tough for me as far as just my eyes open at 4 o'clock in the morning now. You get over here and it's usually like time to get up and it's still 4 a.m. and like you have one, cohesive thought and you're like, oh, I'm up now. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't think about the race car. And then the next thing you know, you're up at 4 a.m. and then, just trying to do all the things out here. So I think after Sonoma, I'll probably get used to the time change and it'll be time to go back home. So guys like Caps and stuff that are on the West Coast, I don't know how they do it all the time, going back and forth and getting used to the time change. I'm thankful we raced the majority of our races on the East Coast, so I don't have to deal with it. But it'll mess with you, man. I mean, people think 3 hours, but 3 hours is a lot when you get in here. And like we ran it at like 10:30, 11 o'clock the other night, and then these guys are up again at 6 in the morning, and the time difference and everything else. So it's tough on our guys. It's tough on us, but whatever we're doing, we'll just keep doing it since we got it done today,
And I can't get off this interview without asking about Sean Reed and really the accident that he had in qualifying. Again, you as a pilot watching things like that, it's got to weigh heavy on your mind, right?
Yeah, Sean and Tony are really good buddies. They got places out there in Havasu, houses beside of each other pretty close. And I think Sean went into surgery today. They're trying to save his finger, from what I understand. He's got a pretty bad cut, and someone said there might be a chance of him losing his index finger, but hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully these doctors nowadays can get him put back together, and he'd be back out here before you know it. But to watch him back into that wall pretty hard like that with no tire there, after the tire had already exploded, I'm glad that he was, conscious and cutting up and giving everybody a mess of, back and forth and just kind of, I guess it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw Forrest hit the wall, and that was a career-ending, deal for him. And Caps was almost there this year, as far as him hitting the wall, similar to Forrest, and just it's scary. It's one of those things where you go, man, it reminds you that this thing, what we do at 330 miles an hour, there's some consequences to all of it. You know what I mean? So it's not just fun and games all the time. So we just want to make sure that, we're thinking about him and his family, and the lady that got hit with the part that was out there, they airlifted her out. We're thinking about their family as well, and it's one of those things where we just need to, hopefully pray for everybody, and hopefully it's all good, Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, buddy, we wouldn't hate it if you go out and win Sonoma and join us back here in the Freak Nation.
We'll check back in and hopefully get some more wins. And you guys are always great, man. I remember when I used to come on, y'all had cowbells and all kinds of stuff going on, and I was like, you never know what you guys are going to get with you guys, you know what I mean? So it's always interesting. It's always fun, but it's good, clean fun. We love you guys, and thanks for taking the time to chime in here on our win, and we appreciate all the love that you guys share.
Cowbells. I do remember that as well. All right, let's give an update on Sean Reed. We touched on it at the end of that interview with Matt Hagan. Sean Reed was transported to a hospital. He sustained 2 fractured ribs and some injuries to his left hand. Unfortunately, they did have to remove his pointer finger on his left hand, and he has a pin that has been placed in his left thumb. But Sean Reed, that we know and love, is back on social media, already joking about it, and he said something along the lines of, I may be short a digit, but I can't wait to get back into my race car. So Sean Reed, gonna be okay. But yeah, an unfortunate accident that was just mind-blowingly harsh. There's lots of videos of it. Try to look at the slow-mo video to see how his right rear tire just disintegrated. It is mind-blowing.
And blows off his rear wing.
Yeah. And you don't see that in the sped up version,
real version. We will show you the video
Okay.
of Sean Reed's accident at Northwest Nationals next. SpeedFreaks Pits, Lucas Oil Studios.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Scheduled Jugglers, and everyday All-Stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.
Freak Nation, head to your local General Tire dealership now to check out the latest additions to their product lineup. The Grabber family of tires are engineered for durability and feature innovative performance features that offer all-terrain capability, blending exceptional off-road durability and impressive on-road performance, all while sporting aggressive styling. For outstanding off-road performance coupled with strong street manners, look no further than General Tire. General Tire delivers for whatever you do, and the official tire of Speed Freaks since 2001.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code FREAKS to redeem your 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25-cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined. Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
You know, hanging out with these three freaking bachelors, I know one in particular isn't necessarily a bachelor, but he's not married, doesn't blast out freaking babies. By the way, hey, Cody, let's get you on camera there, Skipjack. Get on camera there. All right.
Oh, wow, man. What an intro you just gave him.
Yeah,
for real. Hello.
Oh, let's go.
Look at Cole. Cody, go back, Cody.
Hey,
come
all
on,
right.
man. You can hear me. Look, so Cody's the gentleman back there. I mean, he is in the freaking deep dirt portions of our basement here. Wearing a headset from 1967, about to land a freaking chopper in Vietnam with that headset. But it is pretty freaking snappy. You're not married, but you got an old lady, right?
Sure do.
Okay. But how are you able to pay so much attention over race weekend to so many things going on with an old lady?
I'm going to have to work through this answer right now.
Yeah, you got to be real careful because she's watching right now.
She sure is. She's already composing the text. All right, it's already about to be on the way.
Answer appropriately, honey.
But no, she understands.
Do you have your arm around her while you're texting and tweeting?
No, it's more of a learning session. She asks me and I give her answers. So.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, she's very curious about anything motorsports. She has a question she's not afraid to ask.
I wish we had a foot cam right now on Cody's feet right now because that son of a bitch is tap dancing like a dog.
Hey, listen. It happens. First timer, it happens. Second timer.
It is pretty impressive, though, because I literally, sorry, her name's Alyssa, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Alyssa, I don't mean this the way it might sound, but I wake up to texts from Cody because he's in the group chat. Boom, breaking news, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning.
Oh, she's already in the chat right now on YouTube. There she is.
Aw.
Look at that.
That's my baby.
Oh, yay, good. I like the support.
Go back to your face. Go back to your face.
You do.
Why, you want to see how red it is?
Oh, he's red. He's red.
You want to see how red it is? There it is.
But you are. I mean, honestly, you, Cole, and Richie, all three of you guys, how you are constantly on top of things is like, woo.
Well, thank goodness. My whole point is this, damn it.
Okay, what?
Again, Xfinity Series race is about 2 hours long. Sometimes it goes 2.5 hours. And the only way I watch the Xfinity Series race on Saturdays is by getting texts from these three dudes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because typically we're with our daughter Henley doing parent-type things. And on Saturday, we were doing parent-type things like picking kids off of pavement from cracking their head and going to the urgent care to get staples.
From our house, yeah. Yeah, that happened here. Yeah, it was an interesting Saturday.
So, again, thank you guys for rescuing us on keeping us up to date. I'm just not necessarily going to respond to every freaking thing.
So what happens when you put 3 idiots in the same group chat who are constantly on their phones? You just get random. You get texts. You just put us. You know what you should do is you can just put us on mute so you don't get anything, and then you can just catch up at the end of the day. And then you can,
I did suggest that to Kenny, so hey.
So you don't get notifications from us. So you can just let us idiots yap to ourselves all day long. And then at the end of the day, you can go back and see, okay, did I miss anything? You know what you should do? Use your snappy AI and be like, hey, Chat GPT, what did Cody say in the group chat today that I missed and need to know? Because most of the time, I can guarantee you, it's not that interesting.
It isn't.
Wow. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Really, Suave?
All 3 of you guys.
It's usually newsworthy.
We just yap to ourselves. Kenny's a busy man with a daughter. We're just yapping to ourselves.
Cody will send me stuff like Dick Trickle's great-granddaughter's father's son's daughter's dog's homeowner lost his dog in South Dakota last week. Just thought you'd want to know, Kenny.
It's important information, Kenny.
Yes.
It's very important.
He has his finger on the pulse, Kenny.
And what was the text I sent back on Saturday? And again, my ignorance, show motorsports or love motorsports. What
Our Motorsports.
Our Motorsports? I had no idea that was a freaking team owner in Xfinity Series.
Yeah. Yeah, no more.
Well, yeah, not anymore.
Well.
Did you, Richie?
Chris Wright.
No, absolutely not.
I know you're a freaking cup or stock car snorkeler, but you didn't know, right?
I had no idea. Apparently they're an Xfinity team. And I love me some Xfinity Series.
Not anymore.
It's way better than the Cup Series this year, but I had no idea who they were, that they ever existed. Yeah.
They needed to fold. Who names their freaking team Our Motorsports? Dick Tickle's son's daughter's father's son's dog's truck driver?
Could be. Very well could be.
I'd rather name him than Our Motorsports.
Yeah. That's Cole Motorsports.
Oh, Motorsports. Oh.
Yes.
I mean, Cole Cusimano Motorsports has a sack the size of a freaking Peterbilt. But Our Motorsports? What the hell is that? Come on.
Damn right.
We got Our Motorsports. See this go-kart over here with a 3.5 horsepower Tecumseh engine?
Don't you want to hold hands and sing Kumbaya?
Yeah, I do.
Kumbaya.
Well, that's what they did. Now they're not racing anymore, so maybe don't do
Our
that.
Motorsports, Kumbaya. Oh, careful, we're going to get tagged on that one.
You're not going to get a lawsuit from our Motorsports now.
You're like dancing on their grave right now. This is kind of crazy.
Hold on a second. Richie, what'd you just call them?
Our Motorsports?
Yeah, there you go.
Our Motorsports.
Arr. Now that would be a fun team.
Yeah,
a pirate
exactly.
team.
Arr, the Motorsports.
Talk about fun teams. Bananas coming to the track next week. Indy.
Oh, geez,
Savannah Bananas car.
No.
Yeah.
Savannah Bananas on Matt DiBenedetto.
Yep.
It's going to be the first ever televised game on CW next week on the 26th.
Makes sense to me.
27th, something like that.
Seriously, man. Listen, Arr, Motorsports. I know you're gone, but imagine that. Long John Silver's on the side of your car. Arr.
Man, good product placement right there.
Our good friend, it's not like I talk to him every week, but I've been sticking a microphone in the face of Sean Reed for almost 20 years now. One of the greatest drag boat drivers, multi-time champion, pro mod champion ever in the world of drag boats. Has gone full-time top fuel racing this year in the NHRA, and frankly done quite well for the dude that doesn't have a whole lot of corporate money behind him. He's married to a wonderful woman, Andrea, whose family is legit one of the legends of drag boats. But Northwest National is in Seattle, and I found out, speaking of being off social media and my phone all day Saturday, I found out this morning when I was checking the 613 text from the freaking Skipjack Centrals over here, and I did a little deep dive on Sean Reed. somehow came up on my feed. Sean Reed with a gnarly accident in the Northwest Nationals Saturday during qualifying. Let's show that video, and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, Sean Reed, hang on. Big crash. Sean Reed lost a tire.
Watch this whip around hitting the wall.
Bam. Sean Reed lost a tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's harsh. That's harsh.
And again, Crasher, a quick update on Sean Reed. Typical Sean Reed, though.
Typical Sean Reed. Yes, he was injured, 2 fractured ribs. Very unfortunate there. Injuries to his left hand, which included, unfortunately, they needed to remove his pointer finger and put a pin in his left thumb. But like Ketty said, typical Sean Reed. He's already joking about it on social media, saying, I may have lost a digit, but I will be back in my race car soon. So, yeah, he's going to be fine.
I was thinking about this during the break, where like Texas Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Cup Series, when you stand down there, I'm just giving it for an example. It could be anywhere at turn 1. When that full field of Cup cars are coming around and you're outside with the fans there at turn 1, there's nothing like that sensation of freaking 40 Cup cars coming around second lap, maybe, not necessarily to start, that rush of excitement, and just, I could die right here if one car, it's just gnarly. Indy cars, same thing, Texas Motor Speedway, Crasher. Mm-hmm. But when you stand at the starting line of a top fuel race, funny car race, there is nothing like that because it comes on so fast. You can watch the bulbs drop and know that they're about to go, and still you couldn't put a pencil up your backside when they light up.
Right.
Richie's a perfect example. His first time there, you had to go change yourself.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And we've got it on video.
Oh, no, we don't.
Yeah, I also
of you changing yourself.
had some tears because of the nitro.
Yep.
That's the worst part. That's
So
That's the worst part? I like that.
Quickly, my point was the safety in motorsports now versus 20, 30. I mean, Mario Andretti talked about he would go to pre-race meetings and look around and go, all right, who's going to die today?
That's a legit quote from
Yep.
Mario, yes. Yep. And we're talking about the 60s and 70s at
Gotta
that
go,
point,
Crasher.
but still, that is legit.
Hey, Freak Nation, thank you guys for making this thing possible and continuing to support what the hell we've been doing for 25 years. Lucas Oil, General Tires, and everybody watching us on Racer Network and YouTube and Facebook Live. Follow us on X. Later.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Hey, Freak Nation, Crasher here. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use my limited time promo code FREAKS and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Our listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use my promo code FREAKS to redeem your 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code FREAKS, and it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or other brands. Download the free Upside app now using my limited time promo code FREAKS for a limited time, 25 cent per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Since 2022, the Enjoy Illinois 300 and Worldwide Technology Raceway has been nothing short of spectacular. Side-by-side racing, intense battles, flared timbers. It's now the second race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. All the excitement and the added drama of championship elimination. Go fast, go home. Get your tickets now at WWTRaceway.com. Sponsored by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate, Illinois.
Freak Nation, get this. General Tire has launched a comprehensive Shield Plus Advantage plan for passenger and light truck tires. What that means for you is when you purchase General Tires, the Shield Plus Advantage plan lets you enjoy a complete package of multiple warranties and coverage to get the most from your tires. The plan applies to all General Tire passenger and light truck tires purchased as replacements in the U.S. and Canada with DOT serial numbers. For more information, hit them up on GeneralTire.com. General Tire, the official tire of Speed Freaks for 2 decades.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co. LLC. Used with permission.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Hey, race fans, it's Crash Gladys.
And Kenny Sargent with SpeedFreaks. You want motorsports with muscle, stories with edge, and guests that won't hold back? Welcome to SpeedFreaks.
We're the only home of raw, real, racing-fueled chaos, and we serve it up weekly on Racer Network. From Supercross to Supercars, F1, NASCAR, IndyCar, sports cars, we talk legends, we talk lunatics, and everything else in between. Buckle up, Freak Nation.
Speed Freaks, Motorsports Radio, redefined.
Here's to the Dream Chasers, the Glass Ceiling Breakers, the Minivan Mothers, the Schedule Jugglers, and everyday all-stars at the top of their game. We see you making moves, taking names, and rewriting the rules to find your own way. To all the women who keep our world running smooth, we keep you on the move.